blah blah blah, guides in the description. Let's just get this over with. That music is so Genesis. Alright, but in all seriousness, this is Action 52. Oh my gosh. I know I'm not gonna do an intro for this, but I still have to be fair with each game, so at the very least, I will explain how to get through this. And now, specifically, I am talking about the Cheetahmen because, quite frankly, I do not care enough about these games to make an entire guide on each of them. I hate this game way too much to do so, at least at the moment, who knows, right? Like, maybe in the future I'll be crazy enough, but not that it matters since game 52 is impossible, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Let's focus on... This title screen looks so scuffed. But yeah, let's focus on the Cheetahmen. So it's a game where you got 5 lives, no continues, and it's 3 levels long. And the goal is to collect all of the cheetah cages. You see the first one right here. And the biggest problem with this game is that you're just very, very vulnerable. You can die from fall damage, you die from 1 hit, and you cannot attack while jumping. And each stage will have you control a different cheetah. For this case, it's Hercules, who uses a 1-2 punch as his attack. And this game requires a lot of patience. So you can see right here, I'm just waiting for the right opening, then quickly attack that guy, and then attack these next 2. Now, thankfully, the enemies in this game do not respawn. They only, when you lose a life, all of the cheetah cages come back and the enemies respawn, so there's no checkpoints pretty much. But it is important to take out the enemies if possible because, again, they don't respawn and that means you don't have to deal with them later. Now, another important thing is that for each stage, there will always be a flying enemy at the top, middle, and the bottom of each level. And for the case of level, for this level, it's 3 bats. For the case of level 2 and 3, it's 1 bat at the bottom, 1 bat in the middle, and a flying bug that drops missiles at the top, which you'll see soon. But the stage isn't too bad if you're already used to this game. You kind of already have to know what to do. It's one of those games. Again, there is a guide in the description if you want to read that for some reason. And the controls are simple. It's B is jump. Wait, is it B jump? Yeah, B jump and C is attack. I don't know why it's swapped. It's so weird. So level 2, you get to control Apollo, and even though he has a projectile, which is really cool since it can go through walls, it takes 3 hits to defeat enemies. Now you can see that missile up there. There's actually a bug dropping missiles, and my strategy is just to wait until it passes to the right, quickly shoot down this cobra, and then you want to stay right here and shoot in place to defeat the bug. If you do not deal with this enemy now, you will have to deal with it throughout the entire stage. So it's just better to just defeat the bug so that you don't have to worry about random missiles coming from above you. Like, it's a real pain. So I try to deal with that enemy as fast as possible. Now you see me standing here because I am waiting for the bat at the bottom. Again, as I mentioned before, there's always 3 flying enemies in each level. Alright, there it is. And the level layout is always the same. The only difference is like the enemy placements and like the enemies themselves. So like in level 1 at the top was a cobra and a rhino man running. But in this level it's like I think that's like a coyote or a fox or whatever that is. And still with a cobra. So for this part, go right first, ignore the branch above, and I'm waiting for the bat. Yeah, there it is. It's better to just wait for the bat to pass by first before going up the vine, but I already knew it was coming from the left side of the screen. And the cool part about this section is you can defeat this cobra, and because you can shoot through the walls, you can actually defeat the 2 cobras to the left, which makes that part much, much easier. So now that they're defeated, you can go up this vine to get the cheetah cage easily. And the rest of the stage is very simple. You just go all the way to the bottom and go all the way to the right. So again, it's just like stage 1. There will be a few cobras on the way, but it should be pretty easy. Just always make sure you have some distance when you use this cheetah, since he does have to attack 3 times in order to defeat the enemies. And there should be 1 more cage to get. You don't have to defeat this cobra, and that is it for level 2. Now for the hardest level in Cheetahmen for the Action 52 for the Sega Genesis. Now, you get a cheetah with a club, which has a very small animation like window. Like, watch. That, like, you have to be so strict with it. And you see me going really fast here because, believe it or not, it's just high enough in that you get to defeat the flying bug right there, which means you don't have to deal with it at all. It makes the stage much easier. Now in this level, the bat in the middle and the bottom do fly faster, so keep that in mind. And there are 2 cheetah cages right here. And the hardest part of this level will be adjusting to your new attack, because the animation is just so short and the range is so short that it's very easy to misfire it and just get hit, whether you do it too early or too late. Now you see me waiting here because, again, I'm waiting for the bat. It does move fast, so I want to wait for it to fly by, and then I go down. And now I'm going to defeat the bat when it comes on the way back. So from here, it's pretty similar to stage level 1 and 2. There will be 2 enemies above, except these 2 move really, really fast. So the window is really, really tight here. Get the Cobra and I move all the way to the left to avoid those 2. And now I can defeat them right here. Again, the time, I notice I'm making this look easy, but the timing is really strict. So same deal with level 2. Make sure you deal with the bat. It should be on the way back soon. There it is. And again, it's the same layout, so it's not too bad. Here comes the hardest part of the game, like in my opinion at least. So you have to go up here. There are 2 cobras that are very, very close to each other, and you just have to do it. You have to immediately face left. 1, 2. I know I made that look easy, but trust me, this game took me like an hour and a half just to get a no miss run on. This level was just giving me a really bad time. I don't know if I'll show a death montage at the end, but yeah, this game was really rough. Thankfully, the rest of the level is really simple. It's just a few cages to get. The cobras are still the same. And yeah, that is the Cheetahmen on Action 52 for the Sega Genesis. This game is trash. I don't think I'll ever do a full guide on this because there's actually an ending if you complete game number 52, which is a challenge mode for all of the hardest levels in Action 52. The problem is there's a bug where the game always crashes on level 2 or 3, so the game technically has an ending, but unless you have some kind of hack or some ROM hack, you cannot get it legitimately. And because this game is uncompletable, I can't be bothered to care. So that's it. I'm not gonna bother with that because the game can't even be finished. I hope you enjoyed this long play, and with that said, I'll see you later.